Yeah, I would have liked to discuss a few things about the next council meeting, and it also relates to the one we will have on the 16th. If it's okay with you. So it's basically about the broadcast and the online participation.
Okay, can we move it to any other business? So just so that
Why?
well,
I think
because
you want to
we have an
reopen the
agenda.
previous point.
We
I
have
think you moved too fast forward. Sorry to interrupt. I think Florian felt that you moved too fast forward. He will want to still be on the previous point.
Yes,
the previous one is about preparation for the 15th council meeting. We have agreed on the agenda. So please, if we have anything for the 15th council meeting, go.
Okay, so it is about how we will enable online participation and as well as a potential public broadcast. I have noticed that the Pirates on Air didn't show up last time. So I was maybe thinking of confirming that they would either be there ready to broadcast publicly. The system to allow online participation is not very complicated. It will be either a Jitsi or a big blue button or something. Just to point out that we may have also in France the capability to broadcast the council meetings and or the board meetings should Pirates on Air not be available on occasions.
Okay, Alessandro?
Yes, it's a good point, Florian. I think that it shouldn't be discussed board wide, but it should be better that we identify because as far as I understood, we still need to have a little task force regarding the organization of not this meeting but the Luxembourgish meeting. You are in touch with Luxembourgish part in order to handle stuff for all the logistics, venue, and so on. I'm also there because I somehow handle the, let's say, budget and payment stuff, financial stuff. I could also help because I will be there, physically there. I mean, so I can of course do something, but these things should be decided within, in my opinion, the appointed, let me say, working group or people that are working on the organization. I think it's not a decision that we can take as board. We should see, okay, who is responsible for this? This is it's not the only issue, right? So if we have a team that is responsible, or even 2 persons or 3 persons, whatever, responsible for the organization, among the other stuff, there is the streaming. So the streaming will be solved somehow, or simply not solved.
Okay, so who is actually responsible for the Pirates on Air account? And can we have a confirmation that it will be available for the Saturday council meeting and then maybe for the January council meeting as well?
I think Veronica Bastian was, I don't know if only him, but I think that he is involved for sure. But the thing is, as Florian said, we could eventually, this is an option, but also the French Pirates has some similar stuff, so somebody else could just take over if the Pirates on Air are not available. So the thing is, in my opinion, we shouldn't be tool dependent, but we have an agenda with some technical stuff, organizational stuff. So we have to discuss the whole organization, that is catering, venues, I don't know, accommodations, whatever, right? In this agenda, there is also the streaming stuff, and it's up to the organization team to decide, okay, we have the Pirates on Air, great. So let's do like the other time. Let's ensure that Pirates on Air is here. I don't know if it's clear.
Okay, Florian, please.
Yes, very quickly, I think to sum up, and maybe we can move on after this. Since I am the one tasked with preparations for the 15th council meeting, I will see this directly with Pirates on Air and the people behind it, as well as make sure that technical stuff is provided as far as I can, and so on.
Okay. I mean, if there are any issues, I'm sure that the Czech technical department, the Czech Pirate Party technical department can help as well, because we do have a streaming platform where we can stream things directly from Jitsi, I think. So just keep that in mind as maybe a backup option. And can we please have a confirmation that we are ready to stream the Saturday council meeting? Because that's going to be fully online, and streaming of that would be very advisable.
No, there is no such confirmation at this point.
Okay, so something we need to figure out in the next few days, right?
We have a point for it, discussions without decisions, last minute updates for the 14th council meeting, but yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, is there anything else you think we should discuss within this point? So preparations for the 15th council meeting? If not, I would like to move to point 2.3, which is the relationship agreement with the Greens EFA group, and I will ask probably Meb to introduce the point just very quickly, I think. Thank you.
Yes, a long time ago, the current MEPs suggested to a council meeting that we should formalize our relationship with the Greens EFA group. The European Pirate Party and the Pirate Delegation in the European Parliament created a joint negotiation team, and they negotiated. At some point, I was added on a technical level, and all these negotiations have led to a proposal that has been endorsed by the negotiation team and the Pirate Delegation, and it will be up for the European Pirate Party Council to approve it on Saturday. It will be approved, hopefully, by the Green EFA group this Wednesday. And to guide the council, I think it would make sense for it has been added to the agenda in time and sent out, and it would make sense for the board to make a recommendation for the member parties on this issue. And the proposal is to decide to recommend the member parties to approve the relationship agreement between the Green EFA group and the European Pirate Party. And in short, what we get from the deal is clarity on membership. We know before the elections that we will get to stay in the group, and all pirates elected regardless of country will be able to get into the group. And we will get staff resources based on the number of pirate MEPs, which we never had such an explicit correlation before. We will also always have an intern. If we are 4 more MEPs, we will get a separate budget line, which means extra budget for pirate events. And we will have a separate visibility on the group webpage where you can easily see which pirates are in the group, and that you can see that they are a separate identity from the Greens and the EFA, which we can't really see at the moment. Those are the benefits. It's a perpetual agreement that goes on until either side wants to change it, but there's also a clause saying that if we're ever more than 8 pirate MEPs or 10% of the group, it triggers renegotiations so that it will be changed to better reflect the size of the pirates within the group. And then, of course, what that means is up to the negotiations at that point.
Perfect. Thank you. Are there, do you think there are any kind of downsides of the agreement?
It all depends. So the one big downside is, of course, that parties can't go in elections and say we don't know which group we will belong to. That has Pirates been able to do in the past. But at this point, when we've been 15 years in the Green CFA group, I don't know how believable that argument is any longer for anyone. But that would be the one major downside. Another downside is that you can't play groups against each other to hope for VIP position or similar. You have to trust the goodwill of one group that you have a relationship agreement with. But my experience from previous negotiations is that we probably get more from a permanent agreement than from trying to be opportunistic from one election to another. But that is another potential downside. Another potential downside is that it's no longer up to the MEPs, but it becomes up to the European Pirate Party Council which groups we belong to. If we have an agreement, it is not individual MEPs who decide which group to go to, but it is the joint organization. And whether you see that as a downside or an upside, I suppose that depends on how you want that to be organized. But it's a change at least.
Okay, yeah, probably an upside. Thank you, Mev. Thank you for putting all this together. I did manage to get a quick read through the agreement, and I think it looks good, and we should actually recommend to the council to approve it. If you have any questions or remarks, please, now is your time. Okay, I don't see any hands raised or questions. Map, yes, please.
Sorry, I forgot a very important upside. So with this deal, we can also attract MEPs who weren't running as pirates to join the pirate delegation and thereby becoming parts of the Green EFA group. And since we get staff resources based on size, we can also attract them by saying that they can access those staff resources. We can also condition this on their party joining the European Pirate Party. So suddenly we can say to MEPs, if you join us, you get resources, but then we want your party to join the European Pirate Party, which could be a way to reach the 7 countries required for the European Pirate Party to get resources. That is, for the European Pirate Party, probably one of the biggest upsides, but that's a more longer game than the instant benefits of the agreement.
Of course, understood. It adds some sort of stability to how the pirates act within the parliament as well, I think. So if there aren't any more questions or remarks, we can vote on the recommendation or the proposal that the board decides to recommend the member parties to approve the relationship agreement between the Greens EFA Group and the European Pirate Party. And please vote on line 231. Okay, and everyone has voted now, and we have approved the board to recommend to approve the relationship agreement. Okay, and now we can move to point 3 on the agenda, which is discussions without decisions. Point 3.1, last minute updates for the 14th council meeting. Mikuláš has some election campaign activities on Saturday, so he probably won't be there for the whole meeting, but he said that, promised that he will try to move around his agenda on Saturday, so he would be there to open the meeting and try to participate in some key discussions. So we need people who will volunteer to be the chairs. So far, we have Giuseppe and myself. And I would also ask. Well, this is maybe not just for the board members, but for the kind of wider audience, from the member parties, to kindly ask their members to help with taking the minutes. Because it's not one or two person job, and we need a few people to do that. So maybe if we can write in the Mattermost dedicated Mattermost channel for council meetings, call for minute takers. And if there is any board member present at the moment that would like to take care of taking the minutes as well, maybe please say so. Okay, no one so far. I can also see the note that we have very few parties who have registered their delegates for the meeting. So please, board members present from the member parties and other guests, please make sure that your delegates are registered either by email to the board or in the discourse page. And Map or someone, can I ask you please to post a link to the discourse where people can register their delegates?
Yes, I can. Where do you want the link? I can put it in the Mattermost again. Yes.
In Mattermost, and please in the minutes as well, just in case someone is just reading the minutes. Are we chatting in the minutes?
Yes, we are, madam.
Can you please not use the minutes as a chat?
Yes, Captain.
Okay, so we need a call to action in the council meeting channel for people to volunteer as a minute takers, and also in a general channel to for people or for member parties to register their delegates. Could we also send an email once more, please, just to remind member parties that they need to register their delegates beforehand, preferably? Thank you.
Shall we encourage Mikuláš to send a last-minute reminder about the meeting with delegates included?
Yes, please.
I can help him draft that.
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's the delegates, and now there's a question how we stream the meeting. Do we have an answer for that?
Yes, I have been asking, and as you can read in the chat, they wrote they would be honored to stream the meetings if they are allowed to.
Yes, Thomas, the honor is all ours, and we'd be very glad if you would stream the meeting. Okay, so
Okay.
that seems to be sorted. Thank you so much.
Super.
Thank you so much. Okay, do we have any other last minute updates for the 14th council meeting, or any other discussions that don't need a decision? Okay, I can't see anything.
You can say it. You can say it, Chair.
Right, I am closing point 3 because no one seems to want to discuss anything without decisions. And I will now move to point 4, any other business. There is a point about the Saturday council meeting preparations. It looks like that we have sorted out we have sorted out the public broadcast. And I suggest that we do the voting in discourse like last time. All right. I would just ask who is actually in charge of organization of the 14th council meeting?
That is Elizabeth, but she has flagged that she would not be able to do it. So I have offered to do it for the board.
Okay.
So it's kind of me.
Kind
but
of
officially
you.
it was, yes, but it was me very last minute. Originally it was Elizabeth, but she was unfortunately a bit overwhelmed. So I have offered to take over.
Right. You definitely need someone to help you with that. Okay, ask Cal. Could be. Now, what I wanted to suggest is to prepare the voting in advance. Because I remember last time there were some delays in writing it all down. So, if we look at the agenda, then we can prepare the voting in advance on this course. Do you think it's something that can be done before the meeting starts?
Yes, I will spend most of this week preparing the meeting on Saturday. That's what's on my to-do list for this week, and I will chase people to help me.
Perfect. Since I kind of agreed to chair the meeting, I don't know why I do this to myself.
Because it's fun.
Oh, it's so much fun to chair the whole council.
It is fun. Otherwise,
Veronica, if you help preparing, I'll help sharing.
Yes, please. So if you could please ping me on Thursday afternoon, and then I'll just dedicate some time in my calendar on Thursday and Friday for the preparations. To have a look over the agenda, the votings, and maybe we can have a prep meeting before that.
Absolutely.
And maybe we will have some people by Thursday afternoon who would volunteer to take minutes so we can just synchronize and be all ready for a smooth and productive council meeting. What do you think?
I think this can be the smoothest and most productive meeting in the history of the organization.
the last one. The
Okay.
last one was the most outstanding, productive, beautiful, funny, clever ever meeting in the organization. The one we had in Brussels.
Oh, that was beautiful. Yes, of course. Right. If there aren't any other businesses to be discussed, your last moment to raise your hand or voice is now. Can't see anyone, so I will close the meeting. It's 8:05.
So stop. I just realized something we forgot to discuss.
You just ruined my timing.
I'm really sorry.
Okay, go on.
We still haven't gotten a response from the Czech Pirates about the CEP. So when you get that, that should probably be discussed on Mattermost, so the board has some kind of idea of how to deal with that during the meeting, so that it doesn't come as a surprise for the board during the meeting. No, I mean the response to the response. So we delegated, we asked Mikuláš to respond to the Czech Pirates, but we don't know how they will react to that response. And they will react some way, and that will have to be addressed at the meeting on Saturday. And we shouldn't be unprepared for the fact that that will come up on Saturday.
Yes, since we have three Czech board members. Right, the response, Mikuláš did send the board response to the Czech Pirate Party, yes?
I'm not sure he has gotten around to do that yet.
Bob, sorry, I think that we have nothing to say here because we don't know if they will respond before.
I'm not saying we need to discuss it. I'm just saying the board needs to be prepared when we get a response and talk about that on Mattermost so that you can react.
Yes, you see, I have some bubbles. Yes, of course, but I mean, it's useless to talk. I mean, we can talk when we will have it. We will talk asynchronously or synchronously in Mattermost. We can have our ideas there. It's thank you for reminding us, but I think that it's just for the sake of ruining Veronica closure.
No worries. If we could please encourage Mikuláš, apart from sending the last reminder about the Saturday council meeting and registering candidates, if we could encourage him as well to let us know whether he sent the response to the Czech Pirate Party or if he needs any help with formulating the board position. That would be great, and we will cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay. So I am closing the meeting and 20:08. No last minute surprises? No last minute surprises. Right, I'm also stopping the recording now. And thank you everyone for productive meeting, and I'll see you on the prep meeting or then on Saturday for the council meeting. All right, see you all soon.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. See you very much soon.
And Petra, yes, thank you for volunteering as a minute taker. I'll put that in the notes. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
You.